Hello, Sebastian Lacido here. Welcome to 5 Minute Fresh Start. I'm in 1 Kings chapter 19. In verse 1, it says, "And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done." And so to understand what we're going to study today, we have to go to the previous chapter, chapter 18. In verse 37, it says, "Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that you are the Lord God, and that you have turned their hearts back to you again." Then fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, the wood and stones and dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. Now, when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces. They said, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." Elijah said to them, "Seize the prophets of Baal. Do not let any of them escape." And they seized them. Elijah brought them down to the brook of Kishon and executed them there. So, Elijah takes on a challenge before all of Israel, before the army, the king, the priest, 400 prophets of Baal. There were prophets of Asherah there at the same time. And they had a challenge where they would set up an altar. Elijah would set up an altar. Elijah doused his whole altar with water, and fire came down from heaven, proved that our God is real. And then he killed 400 priests, personally. And so we go back to chapter 19. And so Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, also that he had executed the prophets with the sword. Jezebel sent message to Elijah saying, "So let the gods do to me and more also, if I do not make your life as one of the lives of those of them tomorrow at this time." And when he saw that, he arose and he ran for his life. Okay. And he went to Beersheba, which is along Judah, and left his servant there. He himself went a day's journey into the wilderness and came and sat down under a broom tree. And he prayed that he might die. He said, It is enough, Lord, now take my life, for I'm no better than my fathers." Then he slept under the broom tree, and suddenly an angel touched him and said to him, "Arise and eat." And so the angel restores him. But, we see something where, God, proves himself so powerfully and so strong in his life. And, it wasn't much time. Jezebel, a woman, writes, a letter threatening his life, and he runs for his life. I mean, he actually gets up and runs for his life in fear. And so we need to understand this. We need to understand, because it happens in us as well. It's in several parts of the Bible that after a great victory, a lot of times there's a great defeat or there's a depression. We see it in David's life. He has all these very big peaks and very big valleys. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, we all have fears in our life. While our faith is strong in one area, it might not be strong in another area. I know that in my life, I can believe God for certain things, right? And in other areas, I have to pray through them. I see it in other people. I know people that have no problem asking God for whatever amount of finances they need. But at the same time, when a health issue occurs, they can't overcome it. They can't have peace in it. And so we all have these areas that are pre-existing in our life that cause us great fear. Well, Elijah had a fear of Jezebel. Elijah had a fear of her. He may have had an experience, so he felt like, she was going to be able to do that. I mean, the fear overcame even his thought that God would protect him. He felt like he was alone, the defender of Israel, and he asked to die. And what God sent an angel to strengthen him, to get him back on his feet, to get him moving again. But we have to understand in our own lives that, because we tend to get strong in certain areas because we push into those areas, that we need to push into every area. Even Job, a man after really God said he was perfect in his ways. Job 2:24 says, "For my sighing comes before me, I eat and I groan, and I'm poured out like water. For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me." And if you read chapter 1 of Job, you see that he was worried about his children, that they wouldn't live a godly life or wouldn't live like him. So he made sacrifices for them every day. So in one area of his life, he went through an immense battle, and he maintained his integrity. But the thing that he greatly feared came upon him. So we need to understand ourselves. Elijah was a strong man, yet he was very weak in this one area. And God took him through it, and he ended up excelling in the things that God had called him to do. Well, that's our message for today. Thanks for watching. 3 things. Please share this with family and friends. Help us grow our ministry. Number 2, if you're not if you haven't joined us as a member, it's just your email address and name. Go to our website or on our phone app. Just type in become a member. It's free. Give your name and email address. You'll get emails from us, teaching notes that you'll be able to use as Bible studies. You'll get access to all of our curriculum, all of our workbooks, and all of our archive, and it's all free. We don't charge anything, even for books. You order 10 books, all you do is pay for shipping. And then finally, we ask for partners. We need partners. We need, $10, $25, $50 a month as an offering to our ministry to help us continue to do what we're doing and to grow in what we're doing. Anyway, God bless you and have a great, great day, and I'll see you for another episode.